Somehow, some way, you have to withdraw your attention from what you don't want and apply your attention to what you do want. Easier said than done, isn't it? And the reason that it's easier said than done immediately is because law of attraction, remember those frequencies, is only making available to you thoughts, ideas, memories that are pretty close to where your active vibration is. In other words, if you've been beating the drum of not enough money for quite a long time, just because you now have concluded that you want more money does not mean that you can immediately just stop doing that and start vibrating over here. It's a quantum leap. It's a vibrational jump that no one makes. Law of attraction doesn't allow you to make it. So don't beat up on yourself when you're not able to change your mood or attitude instantly from not enoughness in something to complete expectation of something. No one does that. When some bright-eyed, bushy-tailed student of Abraham or teacher of Abraham stands before you, watching you in your misery or in your lack of something that you want, and they take that poignant moment to announce to you that you are the creator of your own reality, you want to say to them, that can't be true or you'd be gone. Because the last thing you want is someone who's succeeding at something you want to succeed in, flapping in your face about how you create your own reality or how you need to cheer up. Because we know that if you could cheer up, you would, because you want to feel better. Everyone does. No one feels miserable on purpose. You see, when you are focused upon something, and by focus we mean thinking about it, we mean remembering it, pondering it, observing it, imagining it, contemplating it. Whether you are focused into the past or the present or the future, you're doing it all right now. And in doing it, you are activating a vibration. And as you activate a vibration, there is immediate awareness of the vibrational relativity between you and what you're activating right now and who you really are and what you really want. Isn't that wonderful to know? So, in every moment that you're focused upon anything, you're getting in the moment, instant, accurate, important feedback from your source. Your source isn't saying to you, you're bad, therefore we are giving you negative emotion. Your source is saying to you, you are choosing with your free will to focus in a way that has you vibrationally resistant to who you really are and what you want. You are defying your own creative inheritance. Now what we mean by that is you came into this body as an extension of source energy, knowing that this well-stocked kitchen of wonderful contrast would help you to individually conclude your preferences. And source was delighted in the uniqueness of your perspective. Source understands that when you are having your unique experience, you're going to conclude a unique desire, and the universe expands every time you do that. So this workshop is not about the expansion of the universe. That's a given. That's going to happen. This workshop is not about source benefiting by your exposure to contrast. That happens all day, every day. Every time you conclude something, source rides that rocket and the universe expands. This workshop is about you and your vibrational relationship to the creations, the magnificent creations that you are setting forth, and where you stand right now. So, you've launched this rocket of desire, and the way you feel is your indication of how you're doing usually vibrationally about it. So when you focus upon something, you activate a vibration. And if you activate that vibration for as little as 17 seconds, which means just don't change the subject, maintain your opinion, your attitude, your focus upon it. In 17 seconds, another thought like it will join it, and its power increases. If you maintain it for another 17 seconds, another thought like it joins it. And by the time you've focused for as little as 68 seconds, you've established a vibrational frequency that means that this is for now your point of attraction. And that point of attraction now is giving you immediate feedback between this point of attraction and this point of attraction. In other words, the source energy point of attraction and where you are focused right here and now. Now, if you stay focused there longer, this activated vibration becomes what we call a dominant activated vibration, a dominant vibration. And that's all a belief is. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. But we want to call it a vibration rather than a thought, because sometimes you have opinions or attitudes about so many different things that you can't even isolate the thought. In other words, when you feel like people aren't nice to you and you start feeling like a victim, then everybody picks on you in one way or another. The weather rains on you, and the road gets potholes to irritate you, and the traffic lights defy you, and the people that you know are rude to you. In other words, it seems like nothing goes well for you, like there's this huge conspiracy out there of people who hold meetings just to see how they can make your life miserable. And we promise you, it's not that way at all. You've just activated a vibration long enough that you are holding yourself apart from all of the good stuff that you've been telling the universe that you want and absolutely deserve. So as you begin to pay attention to the way you feel, you can begin little by little to release the vibrations that are not serving you while you enhance the vibrations that are. So when we say to you, don't try to reach for the best feeling thought that you or anybody has ever thought, you're not going to make that jump. You're going to fall in the crack and you're going to feel worse for having done it. Instead, make a decision that you're going to reach for the best feeling thought you can find. The best feeling thought you have access to right now. So from depression, that best feeling thought might very well be revenge. It might be. And if you've ever been in a place of total disempowerment, doesn't revenge sort of sound all right for a minute? So if you are in the place of depression and you find the life-giving breath of fresh air that rage or anger will bring you, stop and say, and this is so important, I can feel the relief of my choice of thought. And even though I don't plan to stay here forever, it sure feels better than where I was. I chose this better feeling thought and I brought relief to myself. Because when you say that, you have now regained your power. Haven't you? And isn't that what all of these emotions are about anyway? Being the creator of your own experience, regaining your power, getting to choose a vibration that will cause you alignment with Source. Sometimes people say, Abraham, do I really get to choose? And we say, well, your source is within you. You would not choose things that are not a vibrational match to that which you call God or that which you call good and feel good at the same time. If you made the choice to murder someone, you would not feel good in that choice unless they were about to murder you and it was a choice that felt better than that. In other words, your inner being is always guiding you to the feeling that is the best that you have access to right now. And what happens with most humans is you condemn the action rather than being aware of the vibration that is the motivation for the action. We're wanting you to understand that when you make a decision that you're going to feel your way moving up the emotional scale, what you're actually saying is, I'm choosing increasingly better thoughts, better meaning. I'm choosing increasingly thoughts that are more in vibrational alignment with my source. And in time, you will be in this vibration of well-being so much of the time that you will rarely, if ever, dip into the lower, not so good feeling emotions. But we want you, and this is key, to make a decision today that you're going to make peace with where you are. Because where you are is where you are. Magellan doesn't say to Jerry and Esther as they program their destination in, oh, you want to get there from there? Magellan doesn't say, I'm not going to give it to you because you didn't listen to me yesterday. Magellan doesn't say, it's too great of a distance from where you are to where you want to go. Magellan always calculates the route, and your guidance system always does too. You can get to anywhere you want to be from wherever you are, but you cannot start your journey if you're beating the drum of where you are and beating up on yourself about where you are. In other words, as you say, I shouldn't be here, you hold yourself there longer. You've got to start saying, so here I am, and here's where I'd like to be, and I'm on my way. And I don't know how long it will take, but I'm on my way. And resources are there for me, and I'm on my way. In other words, try as best you can to make peace with where you are. And as you stop pushing against where you are, you will deactivate the vibration that is holding you there. You see. But as you writhe around in discomfort about where you are, you just keep that vibration active. Some say, well, it seems logical that if I'm here because I've activated this vibration, then if I want to go over there, I just have to activate that vibration. We say, that's exactly right. So we say, tell us about what's over there. But most say, well, first let me tell you about over here. Or let me push against this. Let me tell you why this is so wrong. You can tell by the way you feel whether you are softening the resistance, because when you soften resistance, you feel relief. And when you amplify resistance, you feel stronger stress. In other words, please return to the highlighted route. Please return to who you are. Please return to your idea of what you want. Please don't ask the world to arrange circumstances and events and to defy law of attraction for you. Don't ask to be the one exception in all of the universe where you can set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and receive what's being broadcast on 98 FM. Change the dial, and don't be mad at yourself because you can't change the dial all at once. Just change it a little and change it a little and change it a little and change it a little, and note how much better you're feeling, better you're feeling, better you're feeling, better you're feeling. And then watch everything in your life reflect back to you what your vibrational nature is. You know, you can have something go wrong with one contraption that really irritates you and focus upon it so much that other contraptions in your life begin to malfunction. And then you begin getting that old conspiracy theory going where somebody's out to get you. I must have been bad in a past life, you say. Or there must be some dead person that's messing with all my electronics. And we say, you're the only one who messes with your electronics. You're the only one that messes with your cellular body. You're the only one that affects anything that happens to you. You have absolute control of your experience, and everything and anything that is happening to you is coming in direct response to your vibrational offering. And if you're not getting something the way you want it to be, you've got to change your vibrational offering. But you're not going to ever get there by being mad at yourself about the vibrational offering you've been offering. You got to give yourself a break. You got to say things like, I've been doing the best I know how to do, and I'm getting smarter every day. Things are getting better and better for me. I'm really pleased with how my life is working out. And look how good it is in this area, and this area, and this area, and this area, and this area. And oh boy, do I appreciate that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And as you find more things to appreciate and more things to praise and fewer things to fuss about and fewer things to criticize, fewer things to worry about, as you begin to understand that your life is in this moment, whether you're East Coast or Central Time Zone or West Coast, whether you're on the other side of the world or in the non-physical realm where we are, where there's no time zone at all, it's all happening right now. And your focus is right now. And your emotional guidance system is right now, pointing out to you your vibrational relativity. You want to thrive? You got to think thoughts that feel good. We're done. Now you know everything that is important to know, and now your world is about just practicing it. So we hope that you heard the primary points that we're making here. You create your own reality, and that's good. Where you stand is where you stand, and that's good. What you're living is causing you to clarify your desire. That's so good. You have an emotional guidance system within you that is pointing out to you the vibrational relationship between where you stand right now on every subject and where you want to be. So just follow the good feeling trail on every subject, which means reach for the thought that gives you a little relief. And we want to say to you, there is big relief when you leave depression behind and find revenge. And there's even more relief when you leave revenge behind and find anger. And there's even more relief when you leave anger behind and find frustration. And there's even more relief when you leave frustration behind and find belief. Do you know the difference between frustration and hope? Huge relief. You know the difference between hope and belief? Huge relief. You know the difference between belief and knowing? Still more relief. And we've noticed that there's no end to the relief as we purify and clarify our vibration. Because you keep standing in a new place and you keep launching a new rocket, so you keep creating a new vibrational relativity. And as you continue to reach for yet the better feeling place, before you know it, you are source energy in a physical body having the time of your life. Many people understand that when they die, they will reemerge back into pure positive energy. We say, why wait till you die?